At every meeting, the board sets aside time for citizens to come forward to address the board on topics of their personal interest. We ask that if you wish to address the board, that you come forward, state your name and address, and try to make non-repetitive points as clearly and concisely as possible, and limit your comments to a maximum of 5 minutes. Suzanne Parker, Assistant Administrator, is over there with a timer, and she's got a mean look on her face, so please stick to the 5 minutes. If anyone wishes to address this board, please come forward.
I'd like to address the board. My name is Mike Neese. I live at 7290 State Road. I understand that I have 5 minutes, so I'd appreciate holding responses until I am complete. Let me make one quick comment, and that is, this is very out of character for me. I'm very easygoing, laid back, and rarely voice strong opinions. But being a longtime resident of Anderson Township, I wish to express my concern regarding Anderson's future and reputation as an upstanding community. This is in reference to a July 29th, 2010 article that I came across in Investment News. It can be found at www.investmentnews.com.
Does this have to do with township business or just something more of a personal nature?
This is just a thing that I believe that the community residents have a right to know. Local media has not covered this. It is in the public domain. So, I'd like to continue. This is a public forum for township business. If this is going to be a personal attack,
we don't know if it's township business, so why don't we let him finish?
Well,
Thank you.
when it becomes a personal attack at some point, if it does that's not appropriate here.
Please go ahead.
Please go ahead.
Okay. This is regarding a Mr. Ross Brooks' unfortunate death. I bring this to the attention of the trustees since there has been no mention in the local media, which is very unfortunate. As I said before, the local residents, I believe, have a right to know what's going on and, at least be aware of what's out in what's occurring out in the public environment today. I'll read a couple. I'm not going to read the entire article. If you so choose to go find it, it is titled "Client, a Bar Broker, Commits Suicide." It reads, a Kentucky man was talking to police about filing criminal charges against a former broker, died this week after jumping from his third-floor apartment balcony. The death of the investor, Ross Brooks, was ruled a suicide, according to Kenneth Trimbach, Deputy Coroner in Boone County Coroner's Office, Florence, Kentucky. Mr. Brooks, 62, had been a client of Kevin O'Brien, a former
Okay, are you suggesting that I had something to do with this?
No, sir.
Okay, is this a personal, what does this have to do with township business? With Mr. Brooks a resident of Anderson Township?
I believe this has everything to do with Anderson Township.
Was he a resident of Anderson Township? Had he ever been a resident of Anderson Township?
To my knowledge, I do not know Mr. Brooks.
Okay.
Maybe you can inform me.
He never was a resident of Anderson Township.
We haven't set new set of rules here. The gentleman has come forward. He wants to speak. Let him speak. You're taking up part of his time, and let him use his 5 minutes and be done with it.
I think the implication here is that I had something to do with this.
No, sir. That is not where I'm coming from. This is public news. It's out on the domain, public domain. It has not been picked up in local media. That is another question for a different time. Mr. Brooks, 62, had been a client of Kevin O'Brien, a former registered representative based in Cincinnati, with Robert W. Baird and Company in September, the Financial Industrial Industry Regulatory Authority Incorporated permanently banned Mr. O'Brien from working in securities industry in a capacity for allegedly stealing in excess of $300,000.
First off, they did not ban me. There was never any kind of an administrative hearing.
I am simply...
You're reading the article, but the article needs to be clarified.
If...
That's my
I would-
clarification.
Please
I would
proceed, please proceed, so we can finish this.
Okay. It goes on to state that on July 7th, Mr. Brooks met with Michael Houston, a detective with the Norwood Police Department in Cincinnati, to discuss filing a report to proceed with criminal charges against Mr. O'Brien, Mr. Houston said. 1 week later, Mr. Brooks was dead. Mr. Brooks' attorney, William Hesh, said he intends to proceed with criminal charges against Mr. O'Brien on Mr. Brooks' estate, or on behalf of Mr. Brooks' estate. Mr. Brooks wanted Mr. O'Brien...
That's 5 minutes.
Time is up.
Did you add for the amount of time when
But those
Mr.
aren't,
O'Brien was speaking?
Yes, I did. I had a minute.
Okay.